Dear students, today we are going to solve the exercise number 2.1 of chapter 2nd of class 9, polynomials. First one is, which of the following expressions are polynomials in one variable and which are not? State reasons for your answer. The first one is polynomial. We need to look the power of variables is always whole number. That means x square, x raised to the power 1, x raised to the power 0. That means it is polynomial. Second one is also a polynomial because y has power 2. Square root of 2 is constant term. We need to consider only the power of variables. The third one is 3 square root of 2. That means 3t raised to the power half t square root of 2. T raised to the power half is not a whole number, therefore it is not a polynomial. In the fourth question, y plus 2y raised to the power minus 1. That means it is not a polynomial because y has power is not a whole number. Fifth, x raised to the power 10, y raised to the power 3 plus 2 t raised to the power 50. It is not a polynomial in one variable. It is a polynomial in 3 variables. In second question, write the coefficients of x square in each of the following. Coefficient of x square, that means we need to consider only the term x square. The term which in multiplication in x square is 1, therefore we can say the coefficient of x square in first question is 1. The coefficient of x square in second is minus 1. Coefficient of x square is pi upon 2 in third question. In the fourth question, the x square term x square is not in fourth question. Therefore, we can say the coefficient of x square is 0. Question number 3. Give one example each of a binomial of degree 35 and of a monomial of degree 100. Then we can write 5x raised to the power 35 plus 7. We can give an example, any example in which the power of variable is 35. Highest power of variable is 35. That's why the degree of given polynomial is 35. And monomial, that means only one term with power 100. We can write y raised to the power 100 or 5 multiply raised to the power 100, etc. In the question number 4, write the degree of each of the following polynomials. Degree of each of the polynomials, that means we need to consider the highest power of variable. The first question of fourth, 5x raised to the power 3, 4x square plus 7x. That means the degree of given polynomial is 3, highest power of variable. In the second, degree is 2. The third, t raised to the power 1. That means degree of given polynomial is 1. And the fourth question, only constant term. That's why we can say the degree of constant polynomial is always 0. In question number 5, classify the following as linear, quadratic and cubic polynomials. In this question we also consider the highest power of variable. The highest power of variable is 2, then it is quadratic polynomial. Highest power is 3, then it is cubic polynomial. Highest power is 2, then it is quadratic polynomial. Highest power of variable is 1, then it is linear polynomial. It is also linear polynomial. R square, that means it is quadratic polynomial. 7x cube it is cubic polynomial. The next topic is zeros of polynomial. Zeros means the values of variable which are in given polynomials. The values of variables which are in polynomials which makes the value of polynomial is 0. That means the values of variables by which the value of polynomial is 0 is known as zero of polynomial. For example, we have a polynomial in which px equals to x plus 5. Then we can say x equals to minus 5 is a 0 of px, because by substituting the value of x into given polynomial, the value of polynomial will be equals to 0. That means value of variables by which the value of polynomial will be 0 is known as zeros of polynomial. Now in exercise 2.2, the first question, find the value of polynomial 5x minus 4x square plus 3 at x equals to 0, x equals to minus 1 and x equals to 2. We can assume given polynomial is px equals to 5x minus 4x square plus 3. In the first question we have given x equals to 0. Then we can write by substituting value of x into given polynomial. Then p0 equals to 5 multiplied by 0 minus 4 multiplied by 0 square plus 3. Then it is equals to 5 multi 0, 0 minus 0 square equals to 0 multiplied by 4 is also equals to 0 plus 3. Then we can say the value of polynomial at x equals to 0 is 3. Similarly, you can solve the question number 2nd and 3rd of first question in your notebook. Similar question 2nd, find p0, p1 and p2 for each of the following polynomials. That means we need to find the p0, p1 and p2, the value of polynomial at variable equals to 0, 1 and 2. The first one is py equals to y square minus y plus 1. Therefore, we need to find the value of p0. That means we should put the value of y into given polynomial equals to 0. 0 square minus 0 plus 1. That means p0 equals to 0 minus 0 and plus 1 equals to 1. Similarly, p1 equals to 1 square minus 1 plus 1. That means it will be equals to 1 minus 1 plus 1, implies p1 equals to 1. Similarly, the third one p2, that means we should put y equals to 2 into given polynomial and find the value of polynomial at y equals to 2. 2 square equals to 4 minus 2 plus 1. Then we can say p2 equals to 4 minus 2, that means 2 plus 1. p2 equals to 3. Very simple to solve, and the remaining questions 2nd, 3rd and 4th you can solve in your homework with your fair notebook. Now in question number 3, verify whether the following are zeros of the polynomial indicated against them. The first one is px equals to 3x plus 1, where x equals to minus 1 upon 3. In the question number 3rd, In the first question, px equals to, we have given 3x plus 1, where x equals to minus 1 upon 3. We should write here x equals to minus 1 upon 3 will be 0 of px if substituting value of x into polynomial and the value of polynomial will be equals to 0. Then we need to substitute the value of x into given polynomial. P minus 1 upon 3 equals to 3 multiplied by minus 1 upon 3 plus 1. We can cut 3 to 3 equals to minus 1 plus 1 equals to 0. That means P minus 1 upon 3 is 0. Therefore, we can say x equals to minus 1 upon 3 is a 0 of px equals to 3x plus 1. Similarly, you can solve the remaining questions in your notebook to check the given values of x are zeros of given polynomial or not. We'll discuss the question number 7 of third. Question number 7 of question third. Px equals to 3x square minus 1, where x equals to minus 1 upon square root of 3, 2 upon square root of 3. We should substitute the value of x into px. If the value of polynomial will 0, then it will be a 0 of given polynomial. Therefore, we should find the value of p minus 1 upon square root of 3. 3 multiplied by minus 1 upon square root of 3 square minus 1. 3 multiplied by square of minus 1 is 1. Square of root 3 is 3 minus 1. 3 to 3 cancel. Then the value is 1 minus 1 is 0. The value of p minus square root of minus 1 upon square root of 3 is 0. Therefore, we can say x equals to minus 1 upon root 3 is a 0 of px. Now, substituting the value of x equals to 2 upon 3 in given polynomial, p 2 upon square root of 3, 3 multiplied by 2 upon square root of 3 square minus 1, 3 multiplied by square of 2 is 4, square of root 3 is 3 minus 1, 3 to 3 cancel, 4 minus 1 equals to 3. That means p 2 upon root 3 is 3, which is not equals to 0. Therefore, we can say x equals to 2 upon square root of 3 is not a 0 of px. Now, in the fourth question, find the 0 of the polynomial in each of the following cases. First one is px equals to x plus 5. Question number 4. We need to find the zeros of given polynomial. Px equals to x plus 5. We can write to find zeros, we should put px equals to 0. That's why we can write x plus 5 equals to 0. That means x equals to minus 5 is a 0 of given polynomial. The remaining question you can solve in your notebook. The question number 6 of fourth is px equals to ax, where a shouldn't be equals to 0. Now, to find the zeros, px equals to 0. Now we can write ax equals to 0. That means x equals to 0 upon a. It will be 0. Therefore, we can say the x equals to 0 is a 0 of given polynomial. Now, In the seventh question of fourth, Px equals to Cx plus D, where C and D are real numbers and C is not 0. Then we should find the value of zeros. Px equals to 0. Then Cx plus D equal to 0. Now by using transposition, x equal to minus D, Cx equals to minus D, then x equals to minus D upon C is 0 of given polynomial. Okay dear students, in the next videos we'll discuss about remainder theorem.